Yes guys, welcome to Sussex. I have gone into the South Downs National Park today to get some inspiration for my latest video, which I'm going to be talking with you about today. But I'm just outside this stunning medieval castle, which is very, very famous, called Arundel Castle. It dates back a long time. A lot of very important people have lived in there. But today I wanted to talk to you about, is losing your hair a deal breaker for women? So let's talk about this. Welcome back guys. So slightly different background. I tried to film in Arundel, but there were just too many people around. It wasn't possible. So I've come back home. You've got some nice sunflowers here. Let's talk about this. Is losing your hair a deal breaker for women? So I've decided to make this video because I know a lot of guys out there who are sort of losing their hair. They've got concerns that losing their hair or not having any hair at all is sort of harming their chances when sort of meeting a woman and so on and so forth. And yes, to an extent that is true. I have come across some research recently and it does indicate, so basically there was this study done and they basically set up two profiles, right? And one profile was of a man with a full head of hair, and then the second profile was exactly the same man, but they'd basically photoshopped his head so it looked like he had very much a sort of receding and thinning hairline. And they found that the picture of the guy with a full head of hair got 108 responses from women, and the same guy, it's exactly the same guy, but with a photoshopped image of his hairline, only got 22 replies, right? So that is literally, the guy with the full head of hair got more than, or actually equal to, 4 times as many responses. 4 times as many responses. Now this says a couple of things, and the answer to is losing your hair a deal breaker to women? It's a complex answer. It's not just a yes or a no. I think in that context we're talking about literally just looking at an image and making a judgment based off of that image. Now we know that on dating sites, literally women will be scrolling through hundreds of guys, maybe even thousands of guys every week, okay? They're not genuinely interested in the bio. They are interested in the appearance because that's the first thing they see. They don't have time. They probably spend about 2-3 seconds on your profile. So they're going to be making a judgment based off of your appearance. Now, what the study found as well was that women associate more hair on a man as a sign of virility. Now this goes back to biology basically. This is almost like Darwinism. This is literally sexual selection at its finest. So basically in the animal kingdom, and let's not forget guys, we are part of the animal kingdom. We are one of the great apes, Homo sapiens. We are one of the great apes. And our brains still work that way. Much of our brain is made up of, functions that were, useful when we were cavemen, and stuff like that. And, sexual selection still occurs. And, when a woman, and it's the same with us guys. So when we, if you're single and you're going out and, you go out to a club or whatever, you don't judge a woman based off of her personality straight away. You will even base whether you decide to chat to her or not based on her appearance. And it's the same with women. At the end of the day, when a woman meets a male, when she meets a mate, she wants to make sure that person is virile enough so that she can, procreate with this person and, have children, because effectively that's how we operate as humans on a fundamental level. We go out, we meet someone, we have children, and we've effectively achieved our life's purpose. That's effectively how we've evolved, and that's how we are still evolving. I think in the fact that we're in 2023 and we live in this sort of tech age, I think we sometimes forget that our brains still operate on this very rudimental level. Okay, so it's really important to remember that. Now I'm gonna flip the coin now, and we're gonna talk about whether if baldness isn't, or losing hair isn't a deal breaker for women. Now, I think to a decent extent, that it's not a deal breaker for women. I can't speak for every woman, and I did do a video saying a couple of years ago now, where I was talking to my fiance's mates, and a couple of them were like, look, I just wouldn't date bald guys. And I did make a video on that, which will pop up on the screen at the top of the screen right now, so you can check that out if you want to watch it. Very interesting video. Lots of insights on that one, because it really gives a female's opinion. But it's not completely true. It can't be completely true, because you see so many millions of women who are married to bald guys and very happy with bald guys and find bald guys very attractive. So it's really important to remember that it's not just looks. If you're losing your hair or if you're bald, that doesn't necessarily mean that women won't find you attractive. So in that respect, no, it's not a deal breaker. It's how you carry yourself. So it's how you feel about yourself that will be projected onto other people. If you feel confident in yourself, if you can walk with your chest out, if you can walk with your head high, if it doesn't affect your mental state in any way, women will probably find that pretty attractive, to be honest, because they'll see a confident guy, a strong guy, and they'll just be like, yes, I find this attractive. So in that respect, no. Losing your hair isn't a deal breaker, and that is effectively the summary of this video. Losing your hair is not a deal breaker, but what is a deal breaker is if you've lost your hair or you're losing your hair and you are super anxious, you are super nervous, and you've lost all of your confidence, all of your self-esteem, that is the thing that's a deal breaker, okay? Because women like confident men. Women like men with self-esteem. Women like strong men. Men who are doing well in life, men who are, getting out there every day, doing their job, men who can be useful around the house, all of these kind of things, because they see in that man a future father of their children. So at that point, the hair doesn't really have anything to do with it. I can't speak for every woman. I know that a lot of women are very particular about how much hair their partner has, and that's fair enough. That's also quite common. I find in the 20s and the 30s, it's certainly more common than if you're older, because I think about 80% of guys, by the time they're 60, have at least lost some hair. It's genetic, it just happens. However, when you're in your 20s and your 30s, women are a lot more, not obsessed, that's not the right word, but they are a lot more, they make a judgment more based on your appearance when you're in that sort of 20 to 30 age bracket. And, I'm still certainly in that age bracket. And, hair means a lot to me. It doesn't mean it will mean a lot to me when I'm 70. And I think women, as they get older, because let's not forget, guys, women age as well. I think as they get older, it becomes men are in the majority where they have sort of hair loss. So they're just kind of like, well, okay, most men have hair loss at this age in their 50s and their 60s. So it's not unusual for a partner to be experiencing hair loss. However, when you're in your 20s and 30s, it is quite rare. So effectively, in summary, it's not a deal breaker, not for everyone, that's for sure. I think for some women it is, and I've given evidence of that before, but not for all women. The most important thing is about how you hold yourself as a man. That is what makes a woman attracted to you. Now, if you're like me, and you lost your hair, or you started losing your hair when you were quite young, and you lost a lot of confidence and self-esteem, and it massively impacted your social life in a negative way, get yourself a hair system. It really makes a difference when meeting a woman, because it brings that confidence back. This hair system is a Levivid hair system. I've partnered with them. I'm super happy with their hair systems. It gives me so much confidence every day. Sometimes I even forget how much confidence I lost, in my early 20s and my teens, before I found hair systems. So if you'd like a coupon code with that, you can get 15% off, Adam15. If you're enjoying my content, please do like it, hit that subscribe button, and tell me, guys, what's your experience? Have you found that when you were losing hair, it really affected your chances with women? Let me know in the comments box below. Let's get a conversation started. I'll speak to you very soon, guys. Bye for now.